Howdy y'all, welcome back to Cooking with a Quadriplegic. Now that the weather has taken a dip and it is definitely cooler, it is soup season. And by popular demand, we are going to be doing a house favorite, which is a potato linguica vegetable soup. We will be using both hot and mild linguica. Any kind of potato that you like, any kind of onion that you like, with celery and carrot to finish off the marijuana. So here we go. Just as a reminder, myself, I am a C5, C6, C7 quadriplegic with very limited hand function. That is me trying to make a fist. So in order for me to use a knife safely, I use a hair tie. I wrap it around my fingers multiple times, and that causes my first finger and my thumb to squeeze together, which now enables me to kind of slam a knife in there and hold the knife. So here we go. The first thing we're going to start with is slicing an onion. That'll be enough for my soup. We kind of just stack them together so that we can give them a rough chop. I don't like them to be too fine in my soup. I'm a little bit old school like that, I guess. A little bit hearty, a little bit rustic. We'll give them one quick turn so we get them the other way. And we now have the first part of the marijuana finished. We'll be right back after the commercial. Onions that are already in there. Then we'll scoop the carrots in, as well as the celery. And we'll be right back with the last ingredient for the marijuana, which is the baby carrots. Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. We now have the third ingredient, which will make up the marijuana, which is the onion and the celery and the carrot. If we were in New Orleans, where I love to be and I love their food, we would swap out the carrots for peppers, and that would be called the Trinity. But we're here, and we're going to be doing the marijuana. So we have some organic baby carrots. Again, just a little too big for me, so we'll just do a rough chop on these guys. Again, for those with limited hand function, you can see that by me holding the knife with my hair tie, I have a good handle on it. I'm safe and still have some decent knife skills. So we're now going to take the knife out, scoop the carrots into the soup pan, and we're going to give these a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of olive oil, let them sit and kind of soak up all that flavor before we get to sweating them. And we're back. The marijuana has kind of soaked up each other's flavor a little bit. We're now going to add some garlic to this, and we are a garlic fan, so I'm going to add a big chunk of garlic here with my plastic spoon. So we do not have a national sponsor yet, and you'll know when we do because you will see non-plastic utensils being used for this Cooking with a Quadriplegic episode. We now give the pot a nice little shake. Everything nice and mixed around. Move everything out of the way for you. See if you can get a nice little view. We'll give these a slice again. Not real fine, we're looking just for a little rustic. Always trying to keep my thumb out of the soup. It's important to have a sharp knife so we can get this thing going. Here we are at the stove with the marijuana sweating. I have finished cutting up about 3 cups of linguica. I always use a handle that has, or a dish that has a handle so I can stick my hand in it. Pour that into the marijuana, give it a nice shake to make sure that all those flavors of linguica get all the way to the bottom of the dish. So now you will see a little rattle of the dish. And we will give you guys a flyover of what that looks like. And I hope you can see it, and I wish you could smell it. We're now going to be doing the potatoes, and we'll be back. A little peachy label stick in there. Again, I'm not really particular with the potatoes. Kind of whatever I'm feeling. I've used red. These are Idaho. I've used all different brands of potatoes. When I'm slicing potatoes, I want to make sure that the knife fits in good. And I use a different knife for potatoes for whatever reason. This is my weapon of choice. A little bit bigger, a little bit more stout. Just makes me feel a little bit more tough, I guess. So here we go with potatoes. Again, just a nice, rustic, rough chop. I don't want them too small. I don't want them too big. I want them to kind of match the linguica. We'll be back with you again after this commercial, which is really just another opportunity for me to enjoy the Beckett family peachy label. God bless. Welcome back. We are now adding the last ingredient, which is the 4 or 5 big potatoes we have sliced up. It's a little bit out of proportion, a little bit more potato than linguica, but when you grew up with our family from Minnesota and Arkansas, potatoes are a staple, so we're never afraid to add a little potato to any recipe. So here we go in the bucket. Changes the whole sound of how things are being cooked. And now we change from my towel because now the pot is quite a bit heavier. We want to be safe, so we lock the brakes on the chair. We use my Toby James hot mitt. I will actually turn the fire off since I am cooking right over it, so I don't get me on fire or anything else. Give these a nice little turn. Wait till we see some of that linguica and carrot come to the top. Put it back on. Get the stove back on to like a medium. We will give you guys a flyover. I know it's not fair that you can't smell it, but at least y'all could see it. Here we go. I like to say we're bringing you with the overhead cam, but really this is just my iPhone, hoping I don't drop it inside of that pot. But even if I drop my phone in that pot, my phone would taste good because that's how good this soup is. So we'll be back in a couple hours when this thing is done. We'll fill it up over the top with chicken broth. Here we go as we start the pseudo flyover. My wife won't be on camera. Can we hear your voice?
Delicious!